Hey everybody, this is Rodriguezjr here, and I wanted to do a video update since it's been a while. But yeah, let's get right to it. Recently, I've hit over 9,000 subscribers. Yep, over 9,000. Yeah, I know that meme is kind of old at this point, but once again, I have to thank you guys for the support over the years. Back then I would have never imagined that, I would reach this many subscribers, but, I'm glad to see that there's still a lot of people watching my content and enjoying them as well. And, it motivates me to put out even more stuff up there. And now I guess I'll talk about what I've done over the past summer. So throughout the beginning of summertime, I've done a playthrough of New Super Luigi U. And that playthrough, was a co-op playthrough with my sister, Agent S. And then and about halfway through the playthrough, we invited some of her friends to come over and, play the game with us. And so it became a 4-player co-op playthrough. And we really had, a lot of fun with it. I think adding in more players certainly, brightens up the playthrough. And in some ways, I think we've done a, much better job than what we did originally with our new Super Mario Bros. U playthrough. And then in about mid-July, I've done a playthrough of Mega Man Unlimited, which was a fan-made game that my friend Starseam's Universe has been talking to me about over the past few years. And kinda to return a favor to him, I decided to go ahead, unannounced, and go ahead and do a playthrough of the game. And also to kinda give back to the Mega Man community since, there hasn't been a Mega Man game out in a long time since I think the last one that came out was Mega Man 10 back in I think it was 2010 or so. Yeah, that was a pretty long time. But yeah, I wanted to give back, and, fortunately I was able to use my PlayStation 3 controller with it, since finally I kind of figured out on how to use the Motion Joy program, which lets you use your PlayStation controller on your PC and whatnot. So, I did like how the playthrough turned out. I didn't really die that much. The only times that I died were in some of the wily stages because of a few mistakes and whatnot, but overall it wasn't that bad of a playthrough. And then in about mid-August, I've, finally completed the Injustice playthrough of the story mode. And probably once I get rid of most of the projects that I kind of want to do first out of the way, maybe I might look into and see if I can do a playthrough of the arcade mode and do, a few characters here and there and whatnot. But as of right now, I really don't have, any plans of doing a arcade playthrough and whatnot. And then, as of today, I've, finished editing my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker in anticipation for the HD version coming out tomorrow. And since I'm talking about the HD version, I suppose I'll announce this right now. Yes, I am gonna do a playthrough of, or Let's Play of the Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. I think this time, definitely I know the game by, at this point, but I probably might do the game in the hero mode difficulty that, they've been kind of advertising and whatnot. And, I want to do a playthrough of that mode since I'm kind of interested to see how much harder it makes the game and whatnot. And also, as sort of a special for reaching over 9,000 subscribers, I think I'm also gonna do a playthrough of Pokemon Y when it comes out. As sort of a, thank you for the support over the years, and plus, I am interested in doing a, mainline Pokemon game since I haven't done one yet. As far as that goes, I hope that, Nintendo doesn't really have that much of an issue with it, because of what they've done last May and whatnot, but right now I haven't really, experienced a lot of problems with Nintendo, so I guess they don't mind, if I do playthroughs of their games and whatnot, so yeah. As long as they don't have a problem, then, I'll continue, doing Nintendo playthroughs and whatnot. And then I know some of you guys are wondering, well, what about certain other projects that you kind of started, like the Luigi's Mansion playthrough and the Metal Gear Rising playthrough? For Luigi's Mansion, I'm thinking that, sometime in October or so, I will resume the playthrough since, I'm kind of halfway done with the game. So yeah, it wouldn't make sense to, end it, halfway through it. But as far as the Metal Gear Rising playthrough goes, I know I started it back in February, a week after the game came out, but then during that time, my laptop kind of messed up and I had to send it in for repairs, so I really couldn't do the game during that time period. But I'm thinking for now I might, at some point I think I'm gonna start all over again and, probably practice the game down the line before I attempt to do a walkthrough or playthrough on it, just so I can get, a feel for the game again and, not waste a lot of time throughout the playthrough. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to announce so far, So starting tomorrow, I will be doing the Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. And then once Pokemon Y comes out in a few weeks, I will be doing a playthrough of that game as well. So I hope you guys look forward to those playthroughs, and I'll see you guys in the future.